All of that work in that room was excruciating to get because it was all done mechanically.
There's something wrong. Please help.
I said to Billy, if I was a devil, I'd get up and grab it, and I would thrash her. I would let her know. He said, go ahead and do it.
It's a rigging that Marcel Vaucotier came up with that was a mold of my back, and it was like a hard metal. And then they had like a brace around my stomach, and then it was laced up on the sides.
I had her completely strapped in, and I had her.
It was actually manually pumped by some big men on the other side of the wall.
I could throw her up and back, and I had her.
And the lacing came loose while I was being thrown, and so as I went forward, the piece was coming back. So it was a constant. And the dialogue was, please make it stop, it hurts, it burns, whatever.
She started screaming.
I didn't know what to do. And so I'm just yelling, it hurts really, really, and somebody thought I yelled Billy. And I actually never broke character.
She wanted out. She wanted really out. She was really getting thrashed.
That's the footage I use in the movie where I'm crying my eyes out because they are brutally damaging my back.
I had a rig around my midriff with a wire coming out the back, and the stuntman was pulling me.
So we took her back the first time, and it was a good shot. And Billy said, we're going to do it again.
I said, Billy, he's pulling me too hard. I can get hurt. And Billy said, well, it has to look real. I said, I understand, but I'm telling you, I could get hurt. And the stuntman was standing there listening to this, and Billy said to him, okay, don't pull her so hard. But as I turned away, I felt them exchange a look.
And he said, give it to her this time. And I said, really? And he says, give it to her. And this is Ellen Burstyn, right? You're a nice lady. And so I said, okay. So when I hauled off, she came completely off her feet.
You see me hit and you see me reach for my back. I screamed in horrendous pain. Billy motioned to Owen to tilt the camera down on me. And I saw it and I was so furious and said, turn the effing camera off, because I couldn't stand that he was willing to just get a quick shot of it before they called the ambulance, you know.
Ellen didn't like it too well, and she went to see her chiropractor, and chiropractor said, you're all right. Just a couple of days, you'll get over the soreness. But that's show business, I guess.
It was way beyond what anyone needs to do to make a movie.
Well, it was a very difficult film. Billy was reaching for the limit. He was committed to it, and he was obsessed by it himself, and that obsession was contagious.
He knew what to do with this film from the minute that he read the book. And it was his vision, so all of us just participated by doing what he wanted.
Billy didn't kid around. When he said he liked something, they said he really liked it, you see. He never flattered.
And if you didn't do things the way he liked, he'd let you know about it in no uncertain terms.
Billy can be totally irascible. Billy has reduced me to tears on more than one occasion on the set.
And you never knew when he was going to explode or not explode. So there was always a tension on the set.
Oh, come on, shut up in there!
And yet I keep coming back, you know. I keep coming back for more because I have the greatest respect for him as a filmmaker.
And he knew how to make each one of us work. And that in itself was very interesting because I got to watch everything from the bed, right? I'm looking around and watching how he was with Jason, how he was with Max, how he was with Ellen, how he was with Kitty. I watched. I saw a lot.
But he also liked to stimulate the actors. That was what his feeling was. So he would sometimes shoot off a gun or something when he wanted someone to look startled.
And that's really what pissed me off. And I told him, I said, never do that again. You know, I'm an actor. I don't need all these artificial stimulants. We had this absolute silence in the room while I'm listening to the tape. I'm trying to decipher what it was, and the phone rang. And he shot his shotgun this close to my head. I said, "You son of a bitch. How dare you do that? What if you went a little bit to the right?" And Friedkin says, "It's all right, we got Jack Nicholson in the wings."
Billy would fire guns all the time.
Well, the actors got used to this. And they'd come in the morning, and I had a good relationship with them. And like Max would walk in and say, "Good morning, Owen. Where are the guns this morning?" I said, "Well, there's a .45 behind that wall and a shotgun behind that one." He said, "Thank you very much."
He had total freedom, I think. And of course, he behaved like a man with total freedom and total power. So, no, I enjoyed very much working with him. Although it was, he used maybe sometimes methods that I was not used to.
My dear friend Billy Friedkin is a maniac. And I love him, but he's a maniac.
Billy would do anything to motivate an actor. After Jason Miller dies, when Father Bill goes in to give him the last rites, we did 13 takes, 15 takes, 17 takes, I'm not quite sure.
Do you want to make a confession?
Bill Friedkin wanted Father Dyer to react in some emotional way. This is his best friend lying there in a pool of blood.
And Father Bill could never get it right.
So Billy comes over to me and says, "Bill, you're just doing this by the numbers."
He was a non-actor. He couldn't emote.
And I said, "Billy, I have just given my best friend the last rites 15 times in one night, and it's now 2:30 in the morning."
Friedkin and I had a little signal that we'd use to silently roll the camera and sound. And he asked me at this time to do just that.
And he said, "I understand." He said, "Do you trust me?" Well, you always trust somebody unless they ask you.
And Billy went in and slapped him across the face.
He belted me right across the chops and backed off, and I went in the scene, and if you look at that carefully, when I'm giving the last right, my hand's going like that. And I wasn't making my hand go like that. That was sheer nerve juice, that all I had left.
He wrote to himself and wanted us to cut his story. How many blood was in?
He was tough, but it was very stimulating. He drove me to some of the best work that I'd done up to that time.